Hey everybody, so it's Tuesday, update about Sarah. It's been a good and bad since the last time I spoke to you. Good, some really good things. She's walking with a walker now. I'm talking to the people. Play with Humperdew. She's walking with a walker, like a Zimmer, I guess, for people at a Zimmer. And she's getting up out the chair, out of the bed. She's doing maybe 30, 40, 50 steps, and then she's exhausted. Then physio came and took her to the gym. There's a gym in the Royal, and there's like parallel bars, and she walked and went up a step and down a step. Again, this might not sound like much, but she's having to learn to walk again. I can't stress enough. Anyway, and so she done that a couple of days, and that was going really well. And then there's like it's like a diorama. It's 3 steps up, 3 steps down, different size steps and bars. It's like a little thing that sits in. It's one piece that sits in the corner, like an exercise thing, And she managed to go up them, turn, and come back down them, which was absolute. I've got footage of it, and I'll put this on a video later. Sarah keeps making me film and take pictures of everything. Like I said before, for people thinking that I'm trying to do a YouTube video of my wife in a coma, she knew she was going to be. She didn't know she was going to have a coma, be in a coma for 2 weeks and die and all that sort of stuff. But she says to me before that, I want you to take pictures when I'm out, or if something happens, take pictures so I can see. And that's what I done. I took pictures so she could see. And she's now saying, you should put them in a video. No, now. And I'm like, okay, I will. I didn't want to, but I will. So in the future, I'll do a video showing you stuff, But for the minute, she's walking. And the nurses have signed off. So, like, it used to be that if Sarah wanted to get out of bed or go to the shower or whatever, or get out of her bed or a chair, we had to press a button, go and get a nurse, and the nurse would sometimes take half an hour to come just because they're super busy. And they would have to stand there and help Sarah and it would take them 2 minutes. But finally, we've been signed off that I can do that now. Yeah, that's just me and Sarah. She had a shower tonight, which doesn't sound like much, but she showered herself, which is huge. And sitting in a shower chair, but she managed to shower herself, which is enormous. That's a huge step to coming home. Because if you can't walk, you can't go up a step, you can't shower yourself, even though I'm going to be here, there's no way, So that's a huge step. And yeah, things have been going really well. I told you before, she's on normal food now. She can eat whatever she wants within reason. Just, she's got to be careful a little bit. But good thing is obviously she's got a catheter because she can't walk. So for those of you that don't know, and I'm not patronising, but a catheter goes either in your vagina or in your penis, and you pee and it goes down the drain and into a bag. It's just so if you can't walk, you can't get up and go to the bathroom. So the catheter might be coming out in the next 5 or 6 days, which is a huge thing. She's got a drain in her hip. This is where the bad news starts. It's got a little pocket, sort of maybe 9 by 4, or it was anyway, of sort of pussy fluidy stuff that was inside her abdomen that just wouldn't drain, it wouldn't come out. So they put a drain in, and they've been giving her 3 antibiotics. Now Sarah takes citalopram, which is for her mental health, an antidepressant, for her panic attacks and all that sort of stuff. Now, this little persistent bug means that she's got to take these 3 antibiotics. And the way the specialist told us, the word the specialist used was obscure antibiotics. So you've got a list of maybe 10 antibiotics that your go-to, and these weren't specific enough for the bug that Sarah had. So that she had to get obscure ones. And obviously the side effect of any antibiotic can be vomiting. But that little pocket just wouldn't drain. So they're giving her antibiotics, and these 3 obscure ones would make her awfully fucking sick. Like, really, she's got to get cyclizine, which helps with the sickness, but then she was getting the jags in her arms for quickness, because if she takes a tablet and throws up, this is the thing. If you get given a tablet in the hospital and you throw up and the tablet comes out and into the sick basin, you still cannot get another tablet until, like for example, if you're getting a tablet every 5 hours and you take a tablet and then 2 minutes later or 5 minutes later you throw it up and the tablet's there, they don't give you another one for 5 hours because they're not allowed to legally, because you might have got some of that, they're just not allowed to. So they were giving her a cyclozine injection for anti-sickness stuff. And it's a really, for those of you that have, it's a really very, 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 very painful injection. And her arms are all lumpy and sore, and but that's on IV now. They didn't want to do it on IV into the vein because it can make you, their words, woohoo. I mean, she's had it twice and she felt a little bit fuzzy for 10 minutes, but other than that, anyway, I digress. The antibiotics make her very, very sick. So what they've done with the drain is, the drain was, the point of entry was a tiny wee drain, and it had a bag, and you could see what was draining out. So what they've done was, they put a bigger one in, and that has been draining, and she's still on the antibiotics. So the plan is, she's going to get a CT scan tomorrow, which will see how much the what's the word? Poison, I guess. I'll just use the word poison. That's in her abdomen. If the poison's gone, then the antibiotics, she'll stay on them for maybe a couple of days, and then she'll stop them. But the last 3 or 4 days, she's been retching something terrible. And then, of course, that hurts her tummy where her stomach wound is and stuff. And it's been up and down the last few days. But there's been a couple of days where she's just felt, for want of a better term, that she said, and it hurts me to say it, because she feels ugly. She says, because she's got this big scar and this open wound that's healing, but her hair loss, she can't do anything for herself. She's had a couple bad days. And because she can't take her antidepressant, things were just starting to get real bad. But the mental health nurse prescribed her diazepam up to 3 times a day whenever she needs it. And she's only been getting it at night time, because that's when the depression kicks in as such for this, because she's sitting in the room on her own and blah, blah, blah. But so it's been up and down, but mostly up. She's so fucking strong, it's unbelievable. But that's where we're at. So she's getting a CT scan tomorrow. There's a thing at the Royal called the Wellbeing Walk, with nurses are encouraged to take it, and it's a mile long. You start at one point, you go all the way around and up past this, like a creek or a burn, and there's ducks, and it's like a uphill and a downhill. And we managed to borrow a normal wheelchair from the physio, and 2 days in a row I I got to push her. She was like, I don't like this because you're having to push me up, but I loved it. It was great. So we walked a mile 2 days in a row, and then the last day or so has been a bit shitty weather, so we couldn't really get out, but that really helps as well. But overall, it's been really positive. There's just been a couple low points, and yeah, but it's been okay. So that's I guess the major changes for this week is, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last one, but normal food, any food that she wants, drink, she can have like fizzy juice and stuff again. The walking's huge, man. The walking is huge. So we can literally go for a walk anytime we want. And when I walk, I mean like out of her room, because she's in a private room just because she's got a wee infection. You can't catch it, but it's just best to, people could make her sick. So that's why it's only nurses and me that get to go in the room. But, and by walk, I mean, come out of her room, turn left or right and walk maybe 30 or 40 steps and then back, So it's not like we're going out for a walk for miles or nothing, but it's so good. I'm so proud of her. She's doing so well. And yeah, hopefully she can come home soon. But there's a few things that have to go right before that. The drain has to come out. The infection has to go for her abdomen. The catheter has to come out. The sickness obviously has to stop. I don't know quite what level of physio she needs to get to even if the other stuff's all, the drains out and, you know, if that's all fine, I'm assuming it's not fully walking upstairs holding a cup of tea on your own, because that'll take months. We know that. But when I do go back to work, my mum will come into the house in the morning to be with Sarah, and I'll start the first few weeks. I'll do maybe half a day, you know, for 3 or 4 days, and then I'll come home and my mum can go, because my mum's 70 years old. I've got to be careful. I don't want to take advantage, but she's adamant, I'm coming down to help. So when that happens, I'll do that. But hopefully, because she's never going to be alone, and because she's getting there with a walk-in, that might not be a huge issue. But they take her to this makeshift kitchen. That was another huge thing. They took her to this makeshift kitchen, and unannounced, they just turned up and went, right, come on, we're going for a walk and you're going to make a cup of tea. And obviously in this staged kitchen, it's a real kitchen, but it's staged. So the sugar and tea and coffee are not right next to each other. The sugar's here and you have to turn round and walk to that side. And then the fridge is low, so you have to bend and get the milk. And I came back and she wasn't there. And Lawrence, one of the head nursery, says she's just away to make a cup of tea. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, what? And he's like, hi, I know. So she came back and she was like, I made a cup of tea. She was, honestly, it was so moving. I was burst into tears. It was amazing. But so things are going the right way. But that's it. I think I've rambled on enough. But that's the update for this week. And yeah, again, I'll say this every time, but thank you to everybody who's bought paintings. And I mean, yous have made it so that I don't have to stress about money, and I can, you know, be by Sarah, because like I said before, I'm there for what, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1, 5 hours. Then I come home for 2.5, and then I go back for 3. Sometimes a bit longer, but sometimes if Sarah's had her strong meds and stuff, sometimes she gets really sleepy and she's like, just go, it's 8:30, 8:45, and I'm like, okay, she's got to force me out the door. But yous have allowed that. So, yeah, I can't thank you enough. So, and I've had a few people message. They've obviously not seen the videos or the updates, but the paintings are coming. I'll show you. I've got another batch here that I'm currently just about to be working on in bed. I'm trying. I'm doing as much as I can, as often as I can. And I'm going to try, like I said before, doing one giant post day. So I'm no, is that gone? Is this gone? I'm going to make sure I've done everything, check it off Santa's list, read it, check it twice, and then just one giant post day. But it is coming, all right? So, yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Also, I put a post up on Instagram and Facebook earlier on. Machine Head this is for UK people, obviously. Machine Head are playing a tiny venue in Glasgow called the SWG3 in Glasgow. It sold out ages ago, and it's the 17th of June, I believe, next Monday, or the Monday after, whatever, 17th of June. And obviously we're not going. So I've got 2 tickets. If anybody wants to buy them, give me a shout, all right? Message on here or send me a message on Instagram or whatever, and we'll get it sorted. But if not, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. But it's just in case, you know. You never know. They're sitting there doing nothing anyway. So anywho, thank you, and take it easy. Thank you so much. Take it easy.